Hello, dear students. Today we will start with the second part of class 10th Democratic Politics, chapter number 6, Political Parties. In the previous part, that was part 1 of this chapter, we studied about what is a political party, what is the definition of a political party, and what is the meaning of a political party. Further, we discuss some of the terms such as partisanship. After that, we studied about the three components of a political party, that are the leaders, the active members, and the followers. Later on, we discussed about the various functions of a political party, in which we studied in detail about the different functions of a political party, such as contesting election, making policies and programs, making laws, form and run governments, role of opposition, shape public opinion, access to government machinery and welfare schemes. After that, we studied that why political parties are necessary. Further, we studied how many political parties should we have. And in that, we studied about one party system, we studied about two party system, and multi-party system. In one party system, we studied about the Communist Party in China. In two party system, we studied about the United States of America and the United Kingdom, where two parties are there. And in multi-party system, we discussed about India, where nearly more than 700 political parties are there. Now, in this part, we'll study about different types of political parties. But before going through different types of political parties, I would like to tell you that what are recognized political parties. Every party in the country has to register with election commission. They have to get registered through election commission. And election commission, it treats all the parties equally. But it offers some special facilities to large and established parties. And what are those facilities? Those facilities are, they are given a unique symbol. Like if you talk about Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, a unique symbol is given to them, lotus. They can only use that symbol. The official candidate of that party who is contesting election can use that election symbol of lotus from BJP. So this is one of the facility given to them. They are given a unique symbol by Election Commission of India. Parties that get this privilege and some other special facilities are recognized by the Election Commission for this purpose. And that is why these parties are called recognized political parties. They are given a unique symbol which only the official candidate of that particular party can use. These are called the recognized political parties. Now we'll discuss national parties and state parties. Which parties are considered as national parties, or which parties which party is considered as a state party or regional party. The other name of state party is regional party. So first of all, let us discuss that which are the parties which fall under the category of national parties. A party that secures at least 6% of total votes in Lok Sabha elections or assembly elections in 4 states, either of two. 6% of total votes in either of two, either in Lok Sabha elections or assembly elections in 4 states, and wins at least 4 seats in Lok Sabha is recognized as a national party. Again, I repeat, a party that secures at least 6% of total votes in Lok Sabha elections or assembly elections in 4 states and wins at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha is recognized as a national party. Now students, in front of you there is a list of some of the national political parties, and this list is till the date of 16 September 2014. You can see some of the parties: BJP, Indian National Congress, CPIM, CPI, BSP, NCP, and many more are also there. This is the list of national parties, the parties which are recognized as national parties, those which fulfill the criteria of securing at least 6% of total votes in Lok Sabha or assembly elections in 4 states and wins at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha. Now we'll discuss about state party. Which party is recognized as a state party or regional party? A party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in an election to the legislative assembly of a state and wins at least 2 seats is recognized as a state party. Now some of the examples: Aam Aadmi Party, very famous among you, AIADMK, AIFB, AIMIM, AINRC, AITC, AIUDF. These are some of them, many more are also there, but these are some of the examples of the recognized state parties in India or regional parties. We call it regional parties also. Now, a very famous saying is there: if men be good, government cannot be bad. Means if we choose a candidate who is good, then government cannot be bad. It cannot function. It cannot be bad. Government cannot be bad if we choose the right candidate. Now, likewise, we face many challenges in our life. Other institutions also face several types of challenges. The same how the political parties, they also face several challenges. Now, it is natural that people blame parties for whatever is wrong with the working of democracy. Yes, very often we blame very often we blame the political parties in democracy for bad decisions. All over the world, people express strong dissatisfaction with the failure of political parties to perform their functions well. Yes, of course, we blame. The same how political parties, they need to face and overcome these challenges in order to remain effective in democracy. Now, let us discuss first of all in short that what are those challenges? What are those challenges faced by political parties? First one, lack of internal democracy. Second, dynastic succession. Third, money and muscle power. Fourth, lack of meaningful choices. Now, let us first of all discuss the first point, that is lack of internal democracy. This is the first challenge faced by the political parties. All over the world, there is a tendency in political parties towards the concentration of power in one or few leaders at the top. It means that all the decisions which are being taken within the party is taken by the top party leaders. Suppose elections are there in Gorakhpur. So, to whom to give the ticket to contest the election? Who decides? The top party leaders, they decide. It means there is concentration of power, means a few people, they are having the power, who are sitting at the top level of the government, of the party, of the political party. Political parties do not keep membership register. No such register is there which can tell that these are the members who are registered to the political party. They do not hold organizational meeting and do not conduct internal elections regularly. Means who will be the party president, who will be the spokesperson, these all are not decided with the help of election. These all are decided by the few top party leaders, that who will be the president of this particular political party, who will be the spokesperson of the political party, who will be the regional head of the political party. These all are decided by the top party leaders, and this is what we call is lack of democracy, internal democracy. As a result, the leader assumes greater power to make decisions in the name of the party. Since one or few leaders exercise more power in the party, and those who disagree with the leadership find it difficult to continue in the party. More than loyalty to the party principles and policies, personal loyalty to the leader becomes more important, because whatever the decision is taken by the top party leader, the other party leaders, they have to follow it. This is what you call is lack of internal democracy, where power rests in hand of only few top party leaders and all the decisions are taken by them only. Now, the second challenge is dynastic succession. Although it is closely related to the first one, since most political parties do not practice open and transparent procedures for their functioning. There are very few ways for an ordinary worker to rise up to the top in a party. Means if you are an ordinary worker of a party, very few chances are there that you can reach to the higher post of the political party. Those who happen to be the leaders are in a position of unfair advantage to favor people close to them and even their family members. In short, dynastic succession means the top party position is given to the members of one family. The top positions are always controlled by members of one family. This is unfair to other members of that party. Party tickets, if we talk about contesting election, party tickets is given to the family members. This is what you call is dynastic succession, where power is given to the family members. One family, they try to have control over the party. While contesting election, tickets are given to the family members or near and dear ones. So this is one of the challenge to a political party, to give ticket to the deserving candidate, not to the family members. Now, the third one is your money and muscle power. The growing role of money and muscle power in parties, especially during elections. Since parties are focused only on winning election, yes, of course, political parties, they contest election to win the election. So they tend to use shortcuts to win elections. And what are those shortcuts? They nominate those candidates who have or can raise lots of money. Rich people and companies who give funds to the parties tend to have influence on the policies. Means if a party is getting fund from the companies, then of course that political party need to raise some policies which are in favor of that companies. Of course they are affected by it. That is the money power. In some cases, parties support criminal who can win election. This is what you call is muscle power. Democrats all over the world are worried about the increasing role of rich people and big companies in democratic politics. In short, money and muscle power. What I told you, if we talk about money power, the big companies which give fund to the political parties, and that political party, if they win, the policies made by those political parties after winning the election are influenced by those big companies so that they can get some profit out of it. This is what we call is money power. And if we talk about muscle power, often party ticket is given to the criminals who can win elections. So money and muscle power is one of the challenge to a political party. Now the third one is lack of meaningful choices. In recent years, there has been a decline in the ideological difference among parties in most part of the world. Means if election campaign is there and I am a voter, I am standing in front of a political party leader. So he promises to remove poverty. He or she promises to build roads, good hospital facility, electricity, jobs. And if again I move to another rally of a different political party, they also promise the same. So voter is in a dilemma to whom to vote for, because this political party is also saying the same, the second political party is also saying the same, the third political party is also promising the same. All are promising very similar thing. So voter is in dilemma to whom to vote for. That is what you call is lack of meaningful choices. For example, if we talk about different part of the world, the Labour Party and the Conservative Party, these are the two parties in Britain, Labour Party and Conservative Party. The ideological difference between the two parties is very minimal. It is very little. They agree on more fundamental aspect, but differ only in details on how policies are to be framed and implemented. Means aim of the political party, both the political party is same, but they implement the policies in different ways. So this is voter get confused to whom to vote for, because very little ideological difference is there, since all parties promises the same thing. So these were some of the challenges of a political party. What we discussed: lack of internal democracy, dynastic succession, money and muscle power, and lack of meaningful choices. Now, let us discuss how can parties be reformed. How can parties be reformed? So, some of the thoughts are also here. If a law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he is obliged to do so. By Thomas Jefferson. And Alan Murray. People shouldn't be afraid of their governments. Government should be afraid of their people. Wow, what a strong saying. Now, let us discuss some of the important points that how parties can be reformed. Now, before discussing this, let me tell you what is defection. Defection. Defection means changing the party from the party on which person got elected to a different party. Means, suppose if a candidate contests election from a particular political party, he wins the election, and after winning the election, he changes the political party. Why? In a greed to have a minister's chair or for cash. Cash rewards. He changes the party after winning the election. This is what you call is defection. Again I repeat, if a person wins election from a political party and after winning the election he changes the party for cash rewards or for having a ministerial seat, this is what you call is defection. So, the very first point how political parties can be reformed is the constitution was amended to prevent elected MLAs and MPs from changing parties. This was done because many elected representatives were indulged in defection. Defection, just I told you, in order to become minister or for cash rewards. Now we are having anti-defection law to stop this defection so that MP and MLA after winning the election cannot change their parties. A law is being made and that law is called anti-defection law. In that, if MP or MLA changes party, he or she will lose the seat in the legislature. This new law has helped bring defection down. At the same time, this has made many dissent even more difficult. MP and MLA have to accept whatever the party leaders decide. Means they cannot change the party after winning the election. And against that, what is the law which is being made? Anti-defection law. Now the second one is your affidavit. The Supreme Court passed an order to reduce the influence of money and criminals. Now it is mandatory, means compulsory, for every candidate who contests elections to file an affidavit. Now what is that affidavit? A signed document submitted to an officer where a person makes a sworn statement regarding her personal information. And what does that information consist of? That information consists of that how much cash he is having in bank, what is the total amount of asset he is having, what is his educational qualification, what are the criminal records. These all are there in the affidavit. Not only his, but his family members also. How much loan he has taken. Each and every information is there in that affidavit, and it is submitted to the Election Commission of India, duly signed by the candidate. Although this system is having one error. And what is that error? That error is there is no system of check if information given by the candidate is true. Means whatever information I am giving in the affidavit, there is no system to check it, whether the information provided by the candidate is correct or incorrect. Now, the next type of reform is the Election Commission passed an order making it necessary for political parties to hold their organizational elections. In the first point we discussed lack of internal democracy. Just because of that, Election Commission passed an order that they need to hold their organizational elections. Means who will be the president of the party, who will be the secretary of the party, who will be the spokesperson of the party, who will be the state head of the party, who will be the district head of the party. Everything has to be there, but with the help of organizational elections. Since political parties get fund from various companies, so it is necessary for them to file income tax return. And yes, the parties have started doing so, but sometimes it is merely a formality. It is not clear if this step has led to greater internal democracy in political parties. Although Election Commission has passed the order, but many of the time we find it that this is merely a formality. Now, there are some suggestions also. These were some of the steps which are being taken, already taken. But there are some suggestions also. That these are the suggestions how political parties can be reformed. Now, what are those? It should be made compulsory for political parties to maintain a register of its members and to have its own constitution. It is compulsory for the political party to maintain a party register in which the names and details of the members should be there. And they should have their own constitution, and they have to follow that constitution. There should be a judge in case of party disputes to hold open elections to the highest post. It is not that only the top party leaders sitting over there, they will take all the decisions. No. Open elections should be there to the highest post. It should be mandatory for political parties to give a minimum number of tickets, about 1/3, to women candidates. Means in political parties, 1/3 of the seats should be given to women candidates. Similarly, there should be state funding of election. Now, what is this? Please listen to it very carefully. What is state funding? The government should give parties money to support their election expenses. And on what basis this monetary support should be given to them? This support should be given to them in kind of petrol, paper, telephone, etc. Or it could be given in cash on the basis of votes secured by the parties in the last election. Why? Because many of the time we find that the person who is contesting election spends lots and lots and lots of money. So if government will give money to them, to the political parties, what will happen? There will be a record that how much money was spent by the political party in a particular election. And this cash should be given according to the performance in the previous elections. These are some of the suggestions how political parties can be reformed. Now, the people don't know their true power. This is the major drawback of democracy. Political parties can be reformed. Challenges can be overcome only and if people they know their true power. That if the political party is not performing well, whether as a government, forming as a government, or as an opposition, people will remove them. They will not vote for that particular party. If ordinary citizens do not take part and simply criticize from the outside, the problem of bad politics can be solved by more and better politics. They need to take part in it. They have to criticize. The problem of bad politics can be solved by more and better politics. And who is responsible for better politics? Not only the political parties, but the people also. Thank you. Thank you so much.